was to go off averages, there's about 90% of people would have their like food being very close. It doesn't have to be right in front. It could be here. A lot of the time it's here. Right up close, right near your mouth. Right? If you ask me where my trifle is, it's about 2 kilometers that way. Yeah. And I've even got to do the face with it.
And you're still reacting to it being 2 kilometers away.
Yep. 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 That's how intense it is for me. So that's how I know how well it'll work. I could, if I wanted to remove anything, stick it to trifle, and it's going to work. Now, it's miles that way, and it's about this big, and my body's in the picture. So it's so dissociated. Get that fucking shit away from me, right? That's how my body is. Ugh. Jilly's is the opposite. Hers is here for her dislike.
Weird.
That's okay. This is the thing. It's not about judging it. It's about just eliciting it, asking how it is.
Mm.
All right. So just because 90% of people do it one way doesn't mean the other 10% are wrong. They're not. It's how they do it, and we work with their encoding. So Jilly's like was close. Her like was further away. Her dislike was close. That's not wrong. That's just how Jilly's mind's working with it, and we've got to work with that. All right. And
because if you ask me where I would like it to be, I would make it a long way off.
Absolutely.
But you asked me where it was, and the truth was it was right here, which is really interesting.
Correct. There's no point asking what you want, because that's not what is. In order for this to work, it has to be what is. And that's why I ask you a very specific question. As you think about how much you like it, do you have a picture? I want to know what your picture is, not what you prefer it to be. What you prefer it to be, that's great. It's not connected. It's not encoded that way for you. Your encoding, for whatever reason, is your like was, it's gone now, but it was further away and dissociated. Because for whatever reason, your mind needed to put your body in the picture. That's cool, because it is what it is. Literally is what it is. We're not judging it. We're working with it. All right. So it's not where you want it to be. You would assume your dislike would be 2 kilometers away over there, so that way you never have to see that fucker again, right?
Yeah.
And so you can't smell it or see anyone else enjoying it. But that's not how it is for you. All right. I haven't had any other dislike food elicited, so I couldn't tell you where any other thing is, because I have such a reaction to trifle, right? That why use anything else? That works so well. Why would I bother eliciting anything else? And to be honest with you, I can't even think of another food that has the same dislike to it. All right. I get the response, so no point finding another one. But it means I can put all the different like foods that I no longer want to like, they can all go be friends with trifle. Way over there. All right. So if I wanted to remove the majority of my pantry and stick it to trifle, I can. But I've just got to do them one at a time. Because the way I encode a particular chocolate versus the way I encode a particular crisps versus the way I encode a particular marshmallow versus the way I encode something else, they're all going to be slightly different, potentially in different places on my screen. All right. But all of them, one at a time, will get glued to that thing that's over there way, way away. All right. So it's super easy and it's fast. And just follow the script. All right. So when you get time, get yourself just a few photocopies of the submodalities checklist. There are 3 of them in a row. So that way you can keep at least one clean for photocopy purposes. I literally just have a tiny folder in my desk that have clean sheets in it. That's it. Super easy. That way I'm not utilizing. It saves the flipping of the page too. which means I'm not rattling paper in front of the client. I don't want them to be distracted by my paper flipping. So I have the checklist and the script right next to each other, job done. All right, any other questions before we move on? Good. All right, well done. All right, like I said, any techniques that we don't get to go through because we haven't got the thing to remove, you just watch the video and have a go that way. Any scripts that you haven't read out loud to someone, read it to your wall. Walls do have ears. All right, page 33. Now, I'm going to go through swish pattern very quickly because in the 8 years I've been doing this stuff, I've never used it. So I'm going to go through it just so we've ticked a box and so you know how to use it if you ever do need to use it. But I'm yet to come across a person that swish pattern is my first choice. Once you learn timeline therapy and parts integration and things like that, there's stuff that's so much stronger and more powerful. So some of these small ones kind of get obsolete. But the reason that it's in here is because if you're learning just NLP and you're not learning timeline therapy, well, then NLP is all you've got to work with. All right. So there's certain techniques that get superseded by the power of timeline therapy. And swish pattern's one of those. All right. So page 32 and 33 are all about swish pattern. You can see on 33, it's a very wordy script. There's lots of steps. So I'm going to teach you the concepts of it. And the demo of it is in that Facebook group that I'm talking about. So that way you can see exactly how it does get done. It's a very time-consuming modality, pattern, technique is the word I'm using, trying to look for, which is why I don't use it personally, because timeline therapy is significantly faster and much greater, profound technique. So let's go through it just so you have a concept. And I'm pretty sure it's in the test, so you get to write it out anyway. All right. So the swish is mostly useful for a highly contextualized minor state or behavior. So a minor. This is not where you do anything about major negative emotions or anything like that, or major behavioral issues. It's a minor state or behavior. So things like nail biting or pen chewing or something like that. Those little niggly habits, if you ever want to remove those. I personally find if you get rid of procrastination, you get rid of some of the beliefs of I'm not worthy and I'm not good enough, that stuff disappears. All right, because we generally bite our nails or do anything like that because we've got anxious moments rather than actually enjoying the taste of your nails. All right, so I will teach you how to do it, and then you can utilize it with your clients if you'd like to. All right. So how it works on the screen is you would have your present state. So in other words, what you're currently doing, if that's nail biting, and you would have that through your own eyes. So on your internal screen, you would have an image through your own eyes of you doing the thing you want to get rid of. Let's call it nail biting for now. And in the lower left-hand corner, small and dark, you would have the desired state. So relaxed hands, so to speak. All right, not in your mouth. But that particular desired state is dissociated. And then what happens is the desired state bursts up big and large to cover the whole screen. 1, 2, 3, swish. It covers the whole screen, and then you clear the screen. 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. And it plays this game over and over and over and over and over. And just in case you're bored with me saying over and over, until you repeat the process as fast as you possibly can get the client to go for about 15 to 20 rotations. So it would be present state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, where it bursts up and covers the whole thing, clear the screen. Present state, through your own eyes, desired state, small and dark in the lower left-hand corner, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. And that's exactly what would be happening until eventually the present state, the nail-biting image, can't be accessed. It will eventually disappear from the screen. All right. But as you can see on page 33, there's a lot of script to set that up. And then to do where the little picture is in the middle, where it says present state and desired state in that little image in the middle of that page, the steps after that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all need to be done to set up the mind of doing 1, 2, 3, swish, 1, 2, 3, swish, 1, 2, 3, swish. And you'll see there where it says in step 10, repeat steps 5, 6, 8, and 9 until the unwanted state or behavior is not accessible. So you've got to read 5 and 6 and 8 and 9, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, until the unwanted state or behavior is not accessible. All right. This is why I've never used it. Because I would probably spend about 40 minutes helping someone get rid of nail biting or something like that, when I probably could have done 2 or 3 timeline therapy belief systems and got rid of all the procrastination behaviors or whatever it was that was triggering it. Way more effective. All right.